All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Richard Taylor, and I want to come back with some more information on the situation that is transpiring or has transpired at Goldsboro High School. Now, recently, I informed the public that on the school board meeting at Monday, Dr. Mark Wichard made the motion or the announcement. It wasn't a motion, it was already planned. But he made the announcement that the Goldsboro student body of the Goldsboro High School will be moving to the School of Wayne Engineering, and the Wayne Engineering School will be moving to what is now Wayne Academy, which is the former Goldsboro Middle School. And Wayne Academy students will be moving to Easton Wayne Modular Home out there, and so on and so forth. So there was a big shuffling of students for the next year. Now, when I did the video, a lot of people were outraged, and a lot of people, made comments, and a lot of people are still making comments. I received several calls of, concern from, alumni, members, students, parents, and things of that nature. So evidently, it is, I'm not the only one who thinks, that may signal something else. Now, what do I mean by that? I care less about where the students go to school at. I care about what the students are learning. How are they building? How is the scores improving? I don't care how or how much money the school budget saves. But in this article right here, and I'm going to break this article down with you, because sometimes in order to find out what's being said, you have to look at or pay attention to what's not being said. Now, in this article, and a lot of people who threw on the cape for Mr. Wichard, he talked about the school utilization rate. That the students at Goldsboro High School, they have a lot more room than they need, and this is messing with our utilization rate, and it will save, I think he said, $750,000 of the school's budget. And he didn't mention how it's going to affect their grades, though, right? He didn't mention how it's going to affect test scores. How are the students at Goldsboro High School, who is definitely underperforming, how is this going to help them with their grades? What type of teachers are you implementing? What type of tools are you implementing? Are you going to apply the same amount of attention that you applied to Wayne Engineering School when it was in that building, as you're going to do to Goldsboro High School when it enters that building? And his statement from this article tells you once again where his focus is. So I'm going to read the last, and you can go to the Goldsboro Daily News and read this article, right? But his last statement, once again, says a lot without saying what he said. I'm going to read it to you. He said, now he's talking about the students from Wayne Engineering moving to the Wayne Academy building. So he says, the facility impact will allow for the full utilization of growth for Wayne School of Engineering and potential ADM growth. Now, I didn't look that up. I should have had before the video. But once again, there's another word, growth, for each grade level 6 through 12 on the Wayne Academy building. Once again, he's talking about the students who are moving from the Wayne Engineering building to the Wayne Academy building. Once again, he focuses on this will allow them to grow, full utilization growth, and potential ADM growth for each level 6th grade on the Wayne Academy. And then he gets to Goldsboro. Now listen to the words that are not said. Goldsboro High School students and staff in their current building moved to a newer, more modern portion of the campus. It continues the usage and legacy and history of the Goldsboro High School athletic facilities. That's it for Goldsboro. There's no mention of growth, of maximizing the potential, of improving test scores, of, implementing programs to help already poor performing students progress. No. And I was at the meeting, so I saw how he said this. Now, they may have got this quote from him personally, but I saw that when the motion passed, he was like, yeah, and then Goldsboro, will still have the use of the athletic facilities, because there's rich history there. He moves on to the next thing. So basically, his focus on Goldsboro is it continues the usage and legacy and history of the Goldsboro athletic facilities. So what are you saying? There's no concern about the growth and potential of the students' learning capacity. Oh no, they're moving to the newer building, and they can still use the high school athletic. Like, so all they can do is play basketball, right? And it's once again, I look at what's not said. The focus has always been since its inception. The focus has always been on Wayne School of Engineering rather than Goldsboro. That's when the Wayne School of Engineering was implemented. That's when and I won't say statistics, but I think that's when the focus began to be shifted from Goldsboro, and the downside began. Because once again, Gerald Whitley, Pat Burton and Patrick Best, they served for a total of about maybe 38 years straight. I think Miss Burton, they said that she served for 8 years and left in 2010. After that, 1.5 years, John Twitty, from 2010 to 2011. 2 years, Tanya Faison, 2011 to 2013. Brian Weeks, 2.5 years, 2013 to 2015. Robert Yeverton, 2015 to 2016, half a year. Dr. Manning, 2017, 2018. Chris Horn, 2018, 2019. And Ryan Nelson, 2019 to 2024. Now, COVID, the school was closed, for COVID as well. So, but basically, within 12 years, 13 years, you've had 7 principals. That's like a principal every 2 years. So how is any continuity, any focus on curriculum? How is anything supposed to be built if continuously changing principals each year? Now, I had a call from this lady, and I mean, with all due respect, it was a nice conversation. Except, it was one time in the conversation I had to ask her, "Why you yelling?" Because she was trying to explain to me that the reason this was a good thing, and Goldsboro is failing because of the teachers, and this, that, and the other, and it's going to be a good thing, and they closed Carver High School out in Mount Olive, and they closed Rosewood. These things that are happening, and I said, I don't care about the building, I care about the students. Where are the students going to eventually end up? Once again, what's the end game? Because I mentioned in the first video, once again, we see where the focus on. He clearly stated that we want to maximize growth for Wayne School of Engineering. He didn't say maximize growth for Goldsboro High School. Oh, they just get a new modern facility and they get to play basketball at the gym. That's what he basically said, in layman's terms. However, let me make sure. Okay, but this lady, man, see, if Steven from Django and Tim Scott had a baby, she would be their love child, man, because this lady was just, it's not about this or it's not about that, and He has experience. We're talking about Dr. Witchard here, once again, which he may have experience. He's done good here and there, and he may have. But like I told the lady, if I owned or if I ran a food line in Augusta, Georgia, and I go to a food line in Northern America, New Hampshire, I can't run that food line like I did in Georgia. Like, I can't order a whole bunch of pig feet, ham hocks, and neck bones and wonder why they rotting on the shelf. You understand? So while I, apply the person's ability, to help and to, have a track record of doing some good things, some things, once again, you have to understand the culture. You have to understand, the people, the students, and what the specific challenges is before you can be able to fix the problem. Once again, his focus is on what? Not student tested scores, not, bringing up, teacher morale. It's on saving money and maximizing growth for Wayne School of Engineering. Literally, that's what it said in the article, without being said. But we have a lot of, I'm talking about, I received so many calls about, that, and a lot of people are concerned because people have common sense, like I told the lady, and she brought this up about the streets. Well, you can't, you build on this side of the street, and then you can't build on this side of the street. I said, yeah, you're right. Just like downtown Goldsboro, you see a lot of emphasis was focused on Center Street. 2 blocks over, 2 blocks back, you see a lot of blight, a lot of empty houses, a lot of abandoned houses. And so that is a concerted effort to focus on one thing rather than the other. And like I told the lady, the school system doesn't have an unlimited amount of money, right? So they chose to focus on certain things. Like she mentioned that Goldsboro High School was a comprehensive school. And, I had to ask, okay, what do you mean by comprehensive? I know what comprehensive means in layman's terms. What does it mean as far as schooling? Well, that means that they're not specializing in anything. They're not Wayne School of Engineering. They are a specialist school, and they brought that school in, because this, that, and the other. So you're telling me once again that they're focusing on that school, and because Goldsboro is a comprehensive school that doesn't specialize in anything, then they don't need the funding, they don't need the attention, they don't need the care and the growth, to use Mark Witchard's word, that Wayne School of Engineering does. And I think not, because there are many comprehensive schools that have been in place for years and years, and they're still upgrading, they're meeting with technology, things of that nature. So she went on to say, well, that building's 100 years old. Yeah, it's a lot of buildings probably downtown that's 100 years old, but they're still operating. Why? Because they took the time to upgrade and amenify and modify and things of that nature. So you can sell me, you can sell me a dream, but you can't like my man said, the knock around guys, you can't piss down my back and tell me it's raining, because we see what's going on. We can see once again that at that meeting, we're talking about old school. The guy literally said, well, that's an old building. The band room at Grantham that they voted for $27,000 to fix a wall or something. The guy literally said, well, that's an old building, right? But they approved that hands down. So you pick and choose where you want the available funds to go on what you deem is important. As far as the school out at Eastern Wayne that they said that they were going to send the alternative school students to, I received word that they have been trying to get that building for years. I guess the school system, because they said the people at Eastern Wayne have been trying to use that particular building, but they were not allowed to because of I guess some statutes or mandates from the board. But now Wayne Academy students are going out there, and so there's a lot of, once again, that we have to look at what's not being said and what's not being done. When I read that article yesterday, it just jumped out to me. Well, we're focusing on the growth and maximize the potential and the ADM growth of the Wayne School of Engineering. And the Goldsboro students, they're going to move in a modern building, and they're going to be able to play basketball in the same gym. Where is the growth? Where's the maximizing the numbers? Where's the maximizing the test scores? Where's the focus on those things? And like I said, the lady told me it was the teachers. Now, one educator did, make a valid point, because we are at fault here. Because once again, I see them stands full up at the basketball games. They full up at the basketball games, right? We cheering the students on in athletics, but we don't care about them in academics. We're not cheering. We're not demanding the same enthusiasm, not only from the children but also from the school teachers and the school board. Hey, why are you guys not focusing on school more than athletics? Only 0.00000000347% of people who play high school athletics are going to make it to the league. So that's a pipe dream. So, there are a lot of other things that we can be, cheering and cultivating in the children rather than, athletics. Once again, athletics has its place, but there should be just as much crowd enthusiasm and participation in athletics as in academics, because once again, they have a much better shot, a trillion times better shot to make it in academics than they do to make it in the league. So that is one thing that we have allowed to happen, because once again and the teacher said something else, like, yeah, we'll they won't come for nothing else, but let them take a hat, or let them take a phone, or let them take a device. Then the parents be out there, give my child their stuff back. You know what I'm saying? So there's a dynamic that's culpable on both sides. But if parents and the community is not involved in the school, then they have the ability, they have the opportunity to make these choices. Like they said, then smile. Then explain it away, brush it away. Like I can read some of the comments, on the post. And it's funny because I was like, the gentrification of Goldsboro High School began at the school board meeting. Now, it was obvious that some people didn't know what gentrification means, because, they was like, about time, great, something needs to be done. Yeah, the school is in horrible condition, but it didn't get that way overnight. And it's other schools who could have been in horrible condition, but the funds were allocated to fix those schools. My boy Kevin Thompson says several decades in the making. Another educator, she said real talk. My brother Taj Polek said he told me this a long time ago. And once again, keep Peting, he kind of disagreed with the consensus. I would like to see a better GHS or magnet schools. He said, he pretty much, kind of almost blamed it on the, on the students. Whether once again the students are culpable. But Delavation Harris, she had been totally disappointed in the decision since I was made aware a few days ago. And once again, she's been, as in the schools in this area, they find funds to improve. Once again, they find funds to improve the conditions of the school. Of course, it's what schools they see fit. Point blank, bottom line. So Goldsboro talking about it's a bad facility. That's right, because they let it be bad. This condition did not start overnight, and how can they allow someone who has been here one hot minute to change up the historic school? Once again, they upgraded Wayne School of Engineering while leaving Goldsboro untouched. Once again, literally in the making, a newer, more modern campus. That's what he said. How did they get newer and more modern? Because while Goldsboro's, high school what was beside Wayne Engineering, they kept upgrading Wayne Engineering and let Goldsboro fall by the wayside. So it's more to the story, she says, but once again, it's about the students, not the building. See, people are getting misconstrued. I don't care if you close the building, but put Goldsboro High School somewhere in a newer, modern facility. You know, instead of saying, okay, well, they're going to go here and shuffle around, and sooner or later, you know, oh, they'll come back and now it's the Wayne School of Engineering. You know, where did Goldsboro? Well, that turned into, you know, after this and after this shuffle around, and, you know, so once again, and somebody else made a valid point, the kids operate on the basis of how they're treated. If they're continuously being told they're low performing and they're continuously not able to use these facilities, but the children on the Wayne School of Engineering side can use their facilities, and they're not stupid as well. They see the upgrades and the attention that is shown, and the cheering that is shown for Wayne School of Engineering. They're not crazy. So yeah, that's a great point, that they're performing on the basis of how they're treating. You know, once again, another person made it, you know, clear that yeah, the building is in disrepair, but of course, why? Delavisha Harris Facing explained it perfectly. So I've been getting a lot of calls, you know, what we should do. I see a lot of Facebook posts now saying, okay, well, what's going on? What we're going to do? Call the NAACP, file a lawsuit, all of those things. But one thing we got to do is make our voice heard and let them know. Write letters, send emails to the school board, show up. Be like, nah, man. You know, treat Goldsboro High School just like you treat Wayne Engineering, but also treat the students at Goldsboro High School just like you treat the students at Wayne Engineering. Yeah, but man, look, and excuse my dress, man. I just came back from presentation. I normally don't dress this way, and I act like that's a bad thing, right? You know, but just walking around today, people look at you and treat you different, and that's something I always that's a whole nother video. I might make a video on that later, but yeah, tap in with me, 919-587-7782. I appreciate all the calls and the support. People call me every day. People, you know, see me in the store. I appreciate what you're doing, man. I watch your YouTube video, man. Keep doing what you're doing. So I appreciate all the support. I appreciate y'all watching. And we're going to continue to, you know, once again, fight for what is right. And not even fight, but just expose what is wrong. But this is clearly, you know, this article, once again, says it all. We're going to focus on the growth and potential of Wayne School of Engineering. Goldsboro High School, yeah, they can just play basketball in the gym. Essentially, that's what he's saying. Tell me if I'm wrong. How? Prove it. The numbers don't lie. 919-587-7782. Peace and blessings.